Hello everybody, my name is David. Thank you for joining me for today's question and answer videos. I do this every single Monday. And right now, this time I'm answering people's questions from the last Q&A video, last Monday. Any questions you guys have today, please go down below into the comment section. Ask me anything you would like. I will answer your questions next Monday and next Q&A video. So let's get started right away with the rest of the questions. And this is part 2, if I didn't say that already. Part 2. Next question is from Lucy in the United Kingdom. Hello, Lucy. I understand the tools. I explained last week about parents need to teach us all the tools we need to be successful in relationships in life. And if they miss a tool, then we fail in relationships in life. So Lucy says she understands the tools, but what if your siblings were brought up the same way as you are, but they are all successful and you are not? So Lucy, there's so much to a family dynamic, and study family dynamics. For instance, things like the first child tends to be kind of the golden child, the second child, not so much. And there's just so many different dynamics to a family, Lucy, that you need to try to understand if you want to understand why siblings all turn out differently. We all have different brains, for one, and parents treat children differently, believe it or not. And it's not something I expect you to understand or to notice so much in your own life. That's another thing that's hard. It's hard for us to see our own lives. Even therapists and stuff can observe other people's lives better than their own. So it's going to be hard for you to examine your own family and pick up these things. I could probably do it better than you could. If you started explaining to me stuff about your family and I could ask you some questions, then I could probably point this out to you. The baby of the family, it tends to be kind of left in the dark and not really knowing a bunch of things that's really going on. That might be you. Or there's so many different things I could come up with, but it's different. Besides the fact that children react to things differently, so all of you guys, you and your siblings are going to react differently, but the parents are different with the children. They just are. Parents just are. And also try to understand simple neglect. Emotional neglect is traumatizing. And maybe they neglected you guys a little differently. Do you see? And I'm not talking physical neglect. I'm talking emotional neglect. For instance, like a baby child is born with all kinds of different emotions. Tons and tons and tons of different emotions. The babies can't regulate those. So what their body does becomes pretty intense and can be pretty scary. When a child goes into an arousal state, crying because of a loud noise, say, scares them. And all their body starts doing things. And it starts getting scary and they can't regulate this. And they reach out to their parents and say, Mom, Dad, what they're saying is, please regulate my emotions for me. I can't handle these feelings. And say that very instant that Dad was drunk or Mom and Dad were fighting or not there, neglected them. And that baby's now goes into hyperarousal state, and it's scary and it's traumatizing. Maybe not all of you siblings had that all happen to them, or different amounts, or your brains just react differently to it. That's just one instant. I mean, there's so many different things that can happen in the same household. That do happen. And children make different choices. Eventually we become a product of our choices. So we aren't always a total product of just what happened to us. We're a product of what we did about it, how we reacted, the choices we've made, right? Hope that makes sense. Please keep asking me more questions. I love questions like this, but keep asking me, please. And start learning family dynamics. A narcissistic mother will very commonly have her first child will be everything it's like her ego. Everything she wants to be. Everything she wants everyone to see about her. She makes that child. And that's why they push the first child so much, to succeed at everything, be good at everything. And then the next child might be everything she hates about herself. Same family, totally different treatment. And you may not even pick up on that, being in the family. Thanks. Next question is from Rebecca in Vancouver Island. Cold. Ooh. Do narcissists deep down savagely hate their partners toward the end? Well, if someone told you they hate you savagely or whatever, I believe them. Yeah. That's what I'm going by. I'm not going to say all narcissists. I can't do that. Who knows? I can't speak for anybody. But if somebody tells you they hate you, then take their word for it. Yeah, for sure. Why not? You have to realize that most narcissists hate themselves. And I know that's really hard to believe, because the narcissists you know thought they were the greatest thing since sliced bread. And that's called overcompensation by ego. Because they hate themselves. They think they're total losers. That's why they just say, I'm the greatest things, ever. You have to do that. That's how bad you feel about yourself. Right? So, yeah. Obviously, I can't speak for anybody else, but somebody tells you they hate you, take their word for it. They hate you. Sieda, I still don't know if I'm saying your name right. I'm sorry if I'm not. From New York City. My husband is not contacting me now, but how do I handle him when he shows up and fake cries to drop the divorce? So you are in the divorce process. He acts like he doesn't care and stuff like this, but soon he's going to show up, fake cry to get you to drop the divorce. How do you handle that? Get a lawyer. Sounds like you have one, but ask your lawyer. These are legal questions that I honestly don't feel really too great about answering too much. I get people mad at me too. They'll ask me a question, I answer it, and they tell me I shouldn't answer questions like that. It's like, why'd you ask me? So prepare. That's good you're asking. Always know exactly what you want and stick to that. Don't get distracted. Don't react to fear. Things like this. Know exactly what you're going to do if he calls you and you pick up the phone. Or know what you're going to do if his number comes up on caller ID. What are you going to do? Know what you're going to do if you see a text, voicemail, email, Facebook Messenger. What are you going to do if he shows up at the house? What are you going to do in these different scenarios? Be prepared. What do? You're not sure what to do? Well, what do you want? Remember, what do you want? Stay focused on what you want, and everything you do should be for that. Not sit there and answer his stupid questions. Not sit there and make him feel better. Not let him in the house if you don't want to ever talk to him again. Right? So stay focused on what you want. Have support. People with you is better. Take precautions, guys. And take the extra measures. So many times people ask me, what should I do? I give them advice. They go, that's pretty extreme. And I go, what else are you going to do about it? And they're like, nothing. I'm like, well, then, maybe do something extreme. Change your locks and stuff like that. Put video cameras above the door. Let them cry to the cameras. But most of this is have a lawyer help you. Might be able to have some type of order. He's not allowed to come by or something, okay? Thank you. Joanna from London. Hello. When my ex hurt me emotionally or physically, did he know and understand it was wrong? He denied doing it and blamed me. So here we go back again, right? Does he know? Well, he knows it's wrong. That's why he denied it. Always a good way you know somebody, what they did was wrong, that they know it, is when they deny it and they say it wasn't me and so-and-so made me do it and all this other crap, right? Well, then they knew it was wrong. They know it's bad, right? They know everybody else thinks it's bad. The other thing is, he has somewhat of a conscience. If he's denying it and blaming it on you, then he cares what he looks like. He doesn't want people to think he's bad, right? Or you just say, yeah, I did it. Who cares? Try to learn more about impulsivity. I'm telling you, it makes good people do bad things and bad people do good things. It makes people do crazy stuff that wasn't like them. All those things you ever done in your life where you said, wasn't like me. That wasn't like me. You normally don't do that. Yeah, it was a bad time of your life. If you take the best day of your life, or let's take the best year of your life and take a good day in that year, and I tell you, write down or tell me all the emotions you've had. And you just had this little list of emotions, and they'd be appropriate to your day. And then now we're going to take right now a day in your life, the worst time in your life. Let's take a day right now, and you tell me all the emotions that you're having. And we've got, sadness, and we've got anxiety, and we've got depression, and we've got anger, and we've got fear, and we've got, tons and tons and tons and tons. And it after so many, it just feels so unstable. You just do things. You make mistakes. Earlier, like when I was saying, I get my clients to be more stable so they make less mistakes. If I'm telling you guys are so worried about good people, bad people, it doesn't work. If we're supposed to label people good or bad, you might as well just label everyone in the world bad. Human beings are bad. You might as well. Who's never done a bad thing? And then what? It's okay if you do bad things, but if you've apologized, or if you've, it's too, how are you gonna? You can't. People make mistakes, huh? People are mistakes. So what can you do? Let's be around more stable people. Let's be around people that aren't so emotional. Let's be around people that don't have all kinds of massive emotional things going on in their life that they can't handle. They can't moderate, they can't manage, they can't regulate. You don't want people, because people like that are impulsive and they make huge mistakes that could hurt you. I'm not saying turn your back on everybody that needs help and stuff like that. I'm just saying the idea here with relationships to people is we want people that are stable. You don't want friends that are criminals, that are being abused or abusing other people, or, it's less stable. They make mistakes, and these mistakes hurt you. Okay? And I'm not judging them. I don't judge people. Why do that? People make mistakes. That's life. I made some mistakes. I've hurt some people. I'm sorry. So does everybody else. But we want to be around, the people that know me know that I'm stable. And I don't make many mistakes. I'm pretty conscious and aware of it. And the mistakes I make, I don't really hurt people anymore. I'm good like that. And I don't mean good or bad. I mean, I'm healthy like that. Yeah? I'm more stable than a lot of people. Don't have a ton of emotion in my life. My choices show my morals and values. I know who I am. Strong, stable sense of that. Hope that makes sense. So he may know that what he did was wrong, or that he's hurting you, but the way he feels is worse to him. It's all he focuses on. It's all he can think of is how he feels. Lack of awareness, consciousness. Lack of empathy is just simply lack of awareness. What's consciousness? Awareness. Lack of consciousness, right? People that abuse you can't possibly empathize with you. The person who stalks me and harasses me and smears me, all day long, she's like, I'm an empath, I'm an empath, I'm an empath. It's like, well, you're abusing somebody. Do you feel that? Do you feel all the hurt you cause? No, you're not aware of that, are you? You're not very aware of anything. You lack empathy. Your lack of awareness shows. See? People that smear people and talk bad about people don't have empathy. They're not utilizing their empathy. Yeah. Jennifer from Reno. Hello, Jennifer. Do we believe we owe, you're asking me, do you believe we owe our parents as adults? No. My mother wants me to take care of her, and she makes me miserable. And you went into a big story of it's her and somebody else. She wants you to stay in her house. She doesn't want you to leave, sacrifice and compromise everything for you so that she can have what she wants and needs. So this is a morality question, isn't it? Some people believe no matter what, you take care of your parents. No matter what. No matter what. If they're cruel, they're mean, they're nasty, they're rude, they're still your mom and dad. So I don't decide morals and values for people. Me, personally, I don't believe you owe anybody anything. It's nice to take care of parents and look out for them. That is awesome. I did that. My mother was extremely sick before she passed. For years, I took care of her. I helped her take her medicine and stuff like this. I also shouldn't have been there. It was sick, dangerous environment I was in, and I shouldn't have been there. I didn't know better. I thought I should just always take care of my mother. And some bad things happened to me because I was there young. I was really young. I don't believe we owe our parents. I believe it's a great, nice thing when we take care of our parents. But I think it's a horrible thing when we allow people to abuse us, and that's anybody, even your mother. I think it's a horrible thing if we let our mothers abuse us. Jennifer, if your mother's abusing you and you can't make it stop, leave. That's just the advice I give to everybody. It doesn't matter what situation it is. It doesn't matter who it is. If you can't make somebody stop hurting you, then you leave. That's it. So your mom needs help. And you also even said she's denying outside help, but keeping you there. Go live your life is my advice, Jennifer. That's just me. Thank you for asking. Molly from Australia, hello. I realize looking at social media is not going no contact the right way. It feels impulsive, like Narcissist. Struggling with my own thoughts, living in my past. What suggestions do you have on settling thoughts, lowering the volume of emotions so that we can focus on healing in future? Well, this is how. It's processing emotions. We don't lower the volume. It's telling you something. Listen to it. What is it telling you? We've got to listen to our emotions so we know what we want and need. So we know how to fix things that are wrong and bad, don't feel good. So we know what feels good. We can do it again. So we don't want to lower the volume of emotion. We want to listen to it and process it. So there's a process. There's a process to emotion, feeling it and making it go away, I guess you could say, especially bad ones, right? We're afraid of something and we say, oh God, I hope that doesn't happen. Keep your fingers crossed. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Well, this isn't doing anything. If there's nothing we can do, why are we focused on it so much? But maybe there is something we do, we don't realize it, and we just want to just keep ignoring it and hope that it doesn't happen when there is something we can actually do to make all this feel better. Then we should do something. So one of the best ways is talking. Always talking. There's just so much. There's so much. And it depends what your emotion is. That's what you do. You know, you don't treat anxiety the same way as sadness or grief. You know, different emotions require different actions. And some, there's nothing you can do anything about it for some, okay? So, it says, struggling with my own thoughts and living in your past. So, we need to come to terms. You need to understand what happened in your past. There's something bothering you you don't understand, and it usually comes out as I'm a bad person somehow. I'm not good enough. Something bad about me. So the more you understand that situation, the more you will be okay inside, and then you can just chalk that up. Oh, okay, I'm okay, right? So we've got to process emotions or they stay open. They stay open forever. You have a bad experience in your past. It felt really bad. You didn't know why. And it stays like this. And we try to numb it with, drugs or sex or working too much, eating, dating, serial dating. So we go through this process. What is this? Why? Can I do something about it? What can I do? And then do something about it. We need to do this. You still have emotions bothering you, past things. So I told you need to process these emotions correctly, and it's usually better to do with somebody else, and there's different ways to do it too. But it needs attention. Big time. You need to give this stuff attention. And learning how to process the emotion is healing. It's how you'll have a successful future, Molly. Okay? And that's what you need to focus on. It's not ignoring bad emotion. And I know that sounds weird, right? Well, it doesn't feel good. What am I supposed to do about it? Well, what can you do about it? Let's feel better about it. Let's understand. Anytime somebody has something bad in their past, emotionally, and it still bothers them, I'm telling you, they misunderstand it. They aren't getting it right. Somebody treated them badly and they believe they deserved it. Something like that. And usually I can help them just understand why that person did that to them. And it makes them feel better. Another way to make these things go away that also helps is your current relationships. Have things going on in your life. Have friendships. It helps big time. Okay? Thank you. Tim from Ohio. Hello, Tim. I married someone diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. I understand how people split up, but what I don't get is how someone can turn their back on innocent children who have already lost their mother and show no remorse. Will she ever feel remorse for hurting me? Or did she enjoy the fact she could hurt someone already broken? I wouldn't know, Tim. Tim has this horrible story. Tim lost his wife, who he had 3 children, I believe, with that wife. And 3 years after losing your wife, you met this person who wanted nothing more and nothing less to get married to you. When you finally married this person, they switched and discarded all of your whole family, showed no remorse, didn't care at all, and didn't care about your children and things like this. And so you want to know, did she enjoy the fact that she could hurt someone already broken? Or does she actually feel remorse for what she did? I think the real question is, Tim, is how aware is she of what's going on and what she did? She's not. She's just not aware, I can tell. I can just tell. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to claim that I know her and know exactly what she's thinking and all this. I'm guessing that she's borderline. You said diagnosed, so she has really less awareness. So borderlines, one thing they do, man, is rewrite the narrative. They write their own narrative like crazy. Yeah, you could just hide by a borderline, and then this huge long conversation you guys had about all these things you guys never talked about, and you touched her here and you never touched her, and it's just insane. And they start believing it. They're delusional, man. Borderline, on the line of neurosis and psychosis. They cross it, man. They go crazy sometimes. And they're delusional, and they'll believe lies, things that aren't true, make up a story and believe it. Not very good. And so she probably rewrote this whole narrative, Tim. It was, I'm not getting what I want, and Tim's a really bad person. I think Tim's cheating on me, and Tim doesn't care, and Tim abuses his children and neglects them because he does this. And she'll just start with one little thing. I think Tim neglects his children because he lets them watch TV after 10 p.m. And then a week after that, it's Tim's really abusing his children because he lets them watch TV after 10 p.m. and he lets them eat candy. And then the next week, it's, eventually one week you're a damn pedophile. Seriously. I mean, these are the believable victims, the blah, 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 never shut up, scream, cry wolf all the time. And then eventually she believes it and she tells everyone how horrible you are. And she never really is aware of the truth that you and the children are still suffering from the loss of their mother. And you're reacting to her odd behaviors. And she just isn't aware that she's caused so much hurt and pain. I think. That's what I think, Tim. And that doesn't mean it's your job to help her be aware. I'm sorry. Awful situation, Tim. I'm very, very sorry. And I hope that you don't let this totally hurt you for the rest of your life and make you scared of never meeting a woman again to be to have another wife or a good wife and another mother to your children. Lots of women out there that would like to be. You met someone very sick. So try to understand everything that happened. Try to feel better about it, Tim, and try to learn why this happened to you, okay? And so you don't let it happen again. And maybe get the children some counseling. I'm sorry, Tim. Thank you for sharing. Heather from Ontario. Hello, Heather. I'm feeling great, but I have nightmares every night. Will they end soon? Well, let's hope so, huh? I think so. Usually they do. They did for me and they do for my clients. Okay, Heather, I don't know you. I don't know your situation exactly. I don't know your brain exactly. Try to do it on your own first before you go to a doctor and take drugs. What I recommend is a pad of paper and a pen right by your bed. You've got about 30 seconds to remember a dream. But right when you wake up, try and get in the habit of writing down your dream. But write down how you feel. Write down feelings, your emotions, okay? Your brain, I believe this. Your brains just simply make up scenarios to make you have an emotion. And it's the emotion that your brain wants you to fix. So a lot of times we examine dreams and they don't make a lot of sense. We're like, God, I don't know, this is so weird. Yeah, because our brains are weird. They'll make up crazy, crazy scenarios that I don't think deserves so much dissection. I think when you realize that your brain's making you have an emotion in the middle of the night, it's saying, look, you feel sad here. Fix this. Look, this is making you anxious all the time. Do something about it. I think that's what your brain's doing at night. Just like we rub against our arm and I keep cutting myself and the brain says, ow, that hurts. So that I see it, so I notice it, so I stop doing that and I fix it, right? So somebody that's dating people that's hurting them all the time, and you always have people hurting you and hurting you and hurting you, and we're hyper vigilant, and we wake up every 2 to 4 hours going, oh my God, what's going on, right? And we have dreams of people making us feel bad and hurting us. It's to make us stop, to make the pain stop. Stop dating people that are hurting us, right? That's what I think. So I'm sorry you're having nightmares, Heather, and I'm sure they'll end soon. I think there's other things you can do so you have better sleep. That might help. Heather, you can go to my playlist titled Healing CPTSD. There's a video called Sleep Hygiene. I offer I think up to 30 things that you can do to have better sleep. Those might help you have better sleep, We don't necessarily want to be listening to Marilyn Manson and watching Friday the 13th before we go to bed, right? I'm sorry for your nightmares. Those tend to be one of the last things, residual things that end. But I'm sure they will get better as long as your life isn't so stressful. Brittany from New England. Hello, Brittany. I heard you say narcissists parentify. Can you give examples, and can they still want to sleep with you? So yes, that's not really the same thing. I'm not saying that it's literal. And that has anything to do with sex and all that. Yes. You can have an intimate sexual relationship with a narcissist, and they'll still parentify you. It has nothing to do with the sex. It can. That gets into more. But narcissists parentify. They make you the parent. They give up responsibility for anything they should do in a relationship. So they don't ask you how you feel. They don't ask you, what you want. They don't explain things they're doing to you or doing things, right? They don't explain what they're doing, where they're off, where they're going, who they're with. You think they're doing something bad and stuff, but they just don't feel like responsible to calm you down, to offer you some security and tell you, oh, don't worry, I was just over here at the hardware store for a little bit. No, don't worry, stop bugging me. And you think they're cheating on you. They may not even be cheating on you at all. They just don't care. They take no responsibility in a relationship. Part of responsibility is to make your partner secure. They don't care. Other examples of parentifying. I mean, you can go down the list, man. If you live together, you have to do all the cleaning. You have to do all the cooking. You have to does all the working. Like I said, it's basically always about them and their feelings. Even when they claim, oh, I don't really care about feelings and emotions. That's why I have to tend to yours all the time. So it's never about you, how you're feeling, what you're doing, what you're going through. Them. If they're in a bad mood, you have to be in a bad mood. If they're in a good mood, you have to be in a good mood with them. Mom and dad are always okay, right? Mom and dad aren't fighting. No, we aren't having any problems. No, mom and dad have no financial problems. There's no problems with the house. No, I didn't just lose my job. No, I didn't just wreck my car. My car is broken down. No, everything's fine with mom and dad. That's what they want in a relationship. You have nothing. There's no you. There's no self, right? It's all them, just like a child, right? You see? They parentify you. They take no responsibility. They take no accountability. You're chasing them around saying, aren't you sorry? Apologize. Say you're sorry. Well, I'm sorry. But I mean, it really goes into emotional responsibility. They have an emotion and they hold you responsible. You need to fix it. You need to make them feel better. You need to, oh, I'm so sorry. What can I do for you now? Or you can't hurt their ego. So don't ever call them out on anything. Don't ever hold them accountable. It's just disgusting. It's like this just helpless little kid. I hope that makes sense. Please keep asking more questions about that so you understand. And last question is from Nessa in the United Kingdom again. Hello, Nessa. Again, is it normal to discard toxic friends so abruptly? It still feels foreign. Well, I wouldn't say it's normal. I don't think a normal action of people is discarding friends abruptly. They wouldn't be friends, right? So what we're doing, Nessa, right? We're coming out of this toxic relationship and we're finally learning. We're turning a new leaf and saying, I will not have toxic, abusive people in my life anymore. Oh, shoot. They all are. And I'm starting to realize, oh, yep, they are too. Oh, shoot. I thought these friends were the only ones that were safe. Nope, they're toxic. Be careful. Take your time. You could be wrong. We're gonna see narcissistic traits a lot more in people right now. We're extra sensitive to it, right? And narcissism is a spectrum that we're all on. Everybody's got a little bit of narcissistic traits in them. Not even all of them are all bad, but if someone's toxic, if someone's abusing you, they're abusing you, and if you're gonna get them out of their life, just do it. If you're that sure. I say take your time right now, guys, because, right, you didn't know for your whole life until now. So just calm down. It makes us feel way less stable when we start ending relationships with people. Even if they're bad and toxic, we've been friends with them and know them and family and stuff like this for so long, it makes us feel way less stable when we start ending relationships with people. So just do it at a good speed for you. That's why it feels not good. It makes you feel stable. It also is foreign because you're not used to doing it. You know that. So, of course, it feels foreign to do something you're not used to doing. But just remember, Nessa, and everyone, Start doing things on your own speed, on your own time, your own way, okay? You've had people, push you and shove you and do it faster, do it now, come on, why not, please, God, and we give in. Or right now you feel like, oh God, all my friends are all toxic, I'm getting rid of everyone because I hate narcissism. Then you get rid of everyone, and it doesn't feel good. Maybe you got rid of a good friend that was just, had a bad day. Right? Remember? Good people do bad things sometimes. Good people have bad days. I know. Crazy thought. That's it, guys. That's all the questions. They were good ones. Thank you very much, all of you. Please keep asking, keep asking, keep asking. We have to learn. We have to understand that we are all good people here. Okay? We just got treated badly. That's why we feel bad. Not because we're bad people. Okay? Always love yourself first, people. And I will see you next Monday. Thank you.